I'm Kevin Coleman with the Scioto Post, and we just had a land bank meeting at the Commissioner's office. Mayor, you are the chair, president?
Yep. Chairman of the Land Bank Board.
So it sounds like things are, you've got a good process going. Land bank's been going on for a few years. You know how to zip right through a meeting and get business done.
Yeah, it was an efficient meeting today. I think we are waiting to hear about 2 major grants that we applied for, and money was set aside for Ross County, so we should get those grants. Those will aid in demolition of abandoned and blighted properties. That's a demolition and revitalization grant. And then the other grant is for brownfield remediation, which takes properties that have, whether it's oil or chemical on it, and cleans those properties up and gets them back into the marketplace. So we reported that we're waiting on those 2 grants, and then we conducted some business related to some properties we own too.
The land bank is largely funded through these grants?
That's right, yeah. In our existence, which goes back to about 2017, we have basically existed on grants. So we use the grants to acquire property, use grants to demolish properties, use grants to do cleanup on contaminated properties. It does create some administrative money so we can pay for some of the work that we do. But long term, what we really need to do is get the land bank to a point where it's sustainable with or without grants. Obviously with grants you can do a lot more work and good for the community, but I think this process over the past 7 or 8 years shows that the land bank is a vital tool for the community, and so getting it sustainable with or without grants is an important goal for us.
Speaking of brownfield, Clarksburg gas station.
Yeah, Clarksburg gas station. There's an abandoned gas station in Clarksburg that has been on our radar for some time. We applied for a very specific grant, brownfield remediation grant, and there's going to be phase 1 testing that's paid for. That's basically to say somebody goes out and tests to see if there's contamination at all, and that's the first step in our process to get that demolished and cleaned up.
Bainbridge.
Bainbridge. What's on the? I don't even recall what was on the item for Bainbridge.
I believe a woman came in about adjacent property that didn't know who owned it, that there were squatters there had been a fire.
Yeah, so
I presume it's that property.
Yeah, we didn't discuss that much on the agenda today, but basically we have properties that come in. The city is in a position where we've got some building codes and enforcement that we're able to do. Most of the townships in the county don't have the same level of enforcement, and so oftentimes if there's a property in the county, we're not able to move as swiftly as we are with those in the city. So sometimes it involves the county health department, sometimes it involves a township fire department, that sort of thing, to get those things moved along. But without the code enforcement, it makes it a little bit harder to do that demolition and remediation.
There was mention that a property in Bainbridge had been foreclosed upon.
Yeah, so we are also working with the prosecutor's office, and the prosecutor's office is essentially working with the treasurer's office to look at properties that have delinquent taxes, significant delinquent taxes. Oftentimes what happens is somebody will pass away, the home is not inherited, and it becomes dilapidated, nobody keeps it up, the taxes fall behind, and it really becomes a problem for the neighborhood and the community. And so if we can get those properties back into the marketplace through foreclosure, it's a good thing. And so we really appreciate the work from the prosecutor's office and the treasurer's office to move those properties along. Whether or not the land bank's involved, but we can often help get them back in the marketplace.
And it was mentioned that sometimes use tax debts to nudge a property owner into action.
Yeah, so basically sometimes foreclosure works, or sometimes the threat of foreclosure works, and so people can either decide to pay their taxes or give up the property, and sometimes that little extra nudge is what takes care of it.
In regards to some demolitions and vacant lots, you were talking about policies regarding selling to adjacent neighbors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the land bank, when we demolish a property and we want to put back in the marketplace, there's really 2 options. One is that we sell it so that somebody can build a house on it and get more housing in the marketplace. And the other is to sell it to somebody who already lives there and who maybe has been maintaining it already, or it just would increase their own property value. Instead of having a backyard, they now have a side lot. And so Both of those outcomes, the selling to somebody who will build, or the selling to somebody who lives next door, are, we think, positives. They're within our policy, positives for the neighborhood, positives for the community. And so today we voted to sell to a neighbor who had interest in buying the side lot and has been maintaining it, so it's working out really well.
Do you have to sell to the highest bidder?
No, we don't have that similar, state law requires in some circumstances highest and best situation. So in this situation, that's how we consider, there's sort of variables considering different policies, public interest, that sort of thing. So in this situation, while the purchase offer was not necessarily the highest we received, it was a fair offer, and it was an outcome that we desired. It was positive for the community.
So even if you have someone who might want to buy the property and build on it, if a neighbor has been maintaining it and they give a lower but reasonable offer, you would entertain
We can consider that offer too. Yeah, we have that discretion.
All right. And your next meeting is in 2 months?
2 months, yep, September 23rd.
And how can people learn more or contact the land bank?
Yeah, you can contact the land bank by calling the City of Chillicothe Planning and Development and asking any questions you have. And you can also find our properties listed online for sale.
And the land bank is more than just Chillicothe now?
Correct, all of Ross County.
All right. Mayor Luke Feeney of Chillicothe, the president or chair of the land bank, thank you very much.
Thank you.